Hello there, my friends. And in this video, we are doing a follow-up to the circle of fifths pattern that I just discussed in my last video. And I want to talk about one thing that I mentioned in the first video, but didn't really elaborate on any further. And that is when you start to use the circle of fifths, is it a good idea, a bad idea to use all of the possibilities in one circle of fifth pattern? So basically what I mean by that is you start off in one key, you go through all the circle of fifths until you eventually end up again on that starting key. So the best way to be able to determine that, and once again it is subjective, it's neither right nor wrong, but the best way to determine that is to try it, listen, and decide on what your ears think. So I'm going to play a pattern starting in C major, and I'm going to go through all the circle of fifth changes, all major chords, and we'll see what we think on that, okay? Here we go. 2, ready, and... Okay, so there you go. One example where I started on C major, went through all of the circle of fifths in order until I ended back up on C major. Now, in my opinion, it's not bad, but you are switching. You're not really stabilizing on one solid key long enough to really be able to tell which key you're in, okay? And I think that in a situation like that, if you're trying to relay a particular emotion in a melodic line, for example, because you're moving around so much and you're not stabilizing on one key, that in most cases you might be doing more harm to a song than doing good. Now, if it's an instrumental, that may not be the case. Once again, it is completely subjective. So I wanted to present that to you, and I'm really curious to hear what all of you think about this. Do you think it's a good idea going through an entire circle of fifths pattern from start to finish, or do you think it's better to use it in maybe small fragments? If you recall those 3 examples I presented in the first video, none of them used the entire circle of fifths, maybe about 5 or 6 chords in one pattern. And it worked perfectly fine that way. So in any case, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Really curious to see your responses. And that concludes the circle of fifths. Thank you.